So this week's trio is honey. Now I do have a feeling I've done this before, I'm not 100% sure, it just seems like I have. Now honey is quite a beautiful note in fragrance. It can be a lot of different things though. The medicinal, it can be a bit pissy, it can be a bit kind of dirty animalic, it can be warming, it can be too sweet or sweet, quite nectary. It's quite an interesting note. Nowadays I believe more so it's a vegetarian note as well. They don't actually use any honey type product in there, but it's a nice kind of note, and I think I do have a few with it in, and I do enjoy it. Not always, but generally speaking, yeah, it's a note I like. So anyway, no waffle, let's get in. So first up is obviously the indie, and it's from Oneway Bridge. It's called She's a Kiwi Honey. Now the honey is a part of this, but it's kind of not the main part. It's like a smooth, elegant, nectary honey. It's like a clear, more kind of clear, you know what I mean? White is the wrong word. But you know, sometimes honey can be more translucent, yet less golden. That's what it smells of to me. There's a hint of kiwi in there, which is an unusual note and nice. Adds that bit of fruitiness in there. And then there's loads of kind of Australian notes in there. Including, I think there's some moss and some Australian sort of flowery things. I wouldn't call them offensive of me. New Zealand, like your big sweet flowers and that. And it has this kind of, to me, I imagine New Zealand again walking out in the summer, and you know that kind of nectary smell in the air, but everything's kind of dry and green. I think there might be tobacco in it, I'm not sure. But that kind of dry, greeny feel, you know, a mixture of everything's like this, but also it's sun-kissed and it's gone like these leaves, that kind of golden colour. And the honey just adds a kind of rich, enveloping warmth around it. And obviously it's Oneway Bridge from Elise. It's got her own kind of musks in there. You kind of get a nice, uplifting feel from it. It's just very beautiful. There's a fizz about it as well, maybe patchouli or something. I'm not going to go on and on and on. It's a beautiful honey fragrance. So that's She's a Kiwi Honey from Oneway Bridge. Next is the niche. That's Flores Honey UD. This one is magnificent, and Flores, you know, I may not love all the fragrances, they may not be all my style, but they have something special. They've kept that heritage feel. As far as I know, up till now, of what I've smelled, haven't included, you know, that kind of modern feel of chemical goop and stuff. And Honey Oud is a very soft, delicate fragrance. It's so smooth, it's so classy, it really is. It's just beautiful. And what it is it's the honey. The oud is kind of just this woody kind of westernized oud, very, very elegant and classy, that sits in the base. And there's a little bit of rose, which isn't dominant, it just gives that little bit of that red rosy sweetness in there. But it is the honey, and this kind of musky feel. It's just so elegant and like swimming in just a warm, slightly honeyed water, wearing a silk shirt, and the lovely trees like woods all around it, and then getting out on like a summer's day, like Mr. Darcy, if you like, getting out of his little swimming hole, and his you know, his white silk shirt sticking to him, and it's all just smooth, and you just want to touch it and nuzzle it, and it's just this very beautiful fragrance. So yeah, basically that's Honey Oud from Flores. And finally is from Joio Armanii, that's the designer, and it's Blue Lazuli. This is honey, a more medicinal honey with some florals going through it. There's also like a little hint of tobacco, not particularly strong, and a kind of warm, sensual feel. Now the honey mixing with other notes in there, the spices and that, I think are what gives it this kind of slight medicinal warmth. And that really kind of is the crux of it. The plum, is it, and osmanthus. There might be more fruits in there, but mainly them give it this kind of sweet, little dark sweet touch about it. It's very lovely, and it's one of them that I think again is either a comforting one or a more dressed up one. It's my favourite that I've tried from all of them, and it is a little bit unique. It's again, it's not one of them that's gonna, you know, blow people away. It's not loud or obnoxious or anything like that. Just a kind of classy one. And the tobacco for me isn't much there, but more into the dry down. You get that kind of pipey feel, still mixing with the sweetnesses and the smooth honey. So that's a Brew As You Lie from Joio, Armanii. So yeah, that was just honey. Again, self-explanatory, isn't it? We know what it is. What about you? Are you a fan of honey and fragrances? Do you like a smoother one, you know, a richer one, an animalic one? Haven't really gone into the more animalics there, but it just adds something beautiful to a fragrance, doesn't it? Whether it's smoothing it off or just adding a kind of, is it a primal? Because obviously we've always loved honey, haven't we? And it is quite sexy. Maybe it's the consistency of it and the stickiness, who knows. So yeah, that's honey. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye.